Namaste, Suprabhatam to everyone. Requesting all of you to please switch on your videos before we proceed in this webinar. And as you all do that, welcome to Sudhāsaṁskṛtam info webinar. The idea of this webinar is to introduce you to the purpose of this program, and also a little bit about how the program unfolds, what is in store, and why this is different, from the other Saṁskṛtam programs out there. And to take us through that, we have with us the faculty for this program for Sudhāsaṁskṛtam, Advaita Kulkarni Bhagini. Namaste, Advaita ji.
Namo Namaha.
Yes. I'll just take a couple of minutes to introduce Advaita ji for all of us. Advaita Kulkarni is a Saṁskṛtam teacher and research scholar dedicated to making Saṁskṛtam learning joyful and accessible for young learners. Along with her academic work at Kavikula Guru Kalidasa Sanskrit University and Chanakya University, she's also a drama practitioner and trained Bharatanatyam dancer. She brings creativity, rhythm, and cultural depth into her classes, helping students experience Saṁskṛtam as a living language and tradition. Once again, thank you so much, Advaita ji, for joining us and for doing this program. I invite you to take over and share what's in store for this program. Over to you.
Thank you. Namo Namaha. We'll start. I'll just share the slide, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Drishyate va?
Yes. Astu.
Yes. So the name of this program is Sudhāsaṁskṛtam. Is the nectar of Saṁskrita. So why this program is now we are getting back to our roots, and to getting back to our roots we need Saṁskrita. It's not only the language, it's the lifestyle we are living from so many years, and it's still there with us. So 6 months could be just a first start, just a level 1 to understand Saṁskrita, but that could give you a confidence to learn more, to understand Saṁskrita more, and to get to know this language in a deeper sense. So why Saṁskṛtam? We have French and we have French and German and all these languages. Why do we need Saṁskrita? Because it has the roots for your culture. Whatever you are right now, whatever upbringing you had, the upbringing has roots to this culture. And the very vague example that we see is when we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This is a universal idea that we get from this culture, and it's also in Saṁskrita only. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So all these thoughts that we now consider as universal thoughts, or a noble life that we can live, is through this language, from learning this language to understand the text that are in these languages. And this is the claim that is now there, is Saṁskṛtam is only for scholars and only it's a very hard language. It is not. It is the simplest language you could learn. Because if your mother tongue is India, any regional mother tongue from India, it is the most simplest language you could learn, because you can relate to that language, the structure of that language. Thoda bahut yahan wahan hota hi hai. That's a different language. But the way you can connect to this language and go back to the text, जिससे तुम अभी सब तुम बने हो, जिससे तुम्हारे सारे वैल्यूज बने हैं, तुम्हारे वर्च्यूज बने हैं, तुम्हारी फैमिली जिस पे खड़ी होती है सारे वैल्यूज पे, you can go back to that text and learn about it. And it's whatever scriptures we have, even the Ayurveda scriptures, the Ayurvedic students have this Saṁskrita paper for them, because they have to understand the scriptures. But Ayurveda is for everyone. Like Kalidasa's literature is for everyone, like Vyakarana is for everyone, it is for everyone. So, to understand all the scriptures we have, we need this language. And for this, why this course is there? Because there are a lot of courses there, right? Like Sri Hariji mentioned. So, uh, I have also attended some courses. That's how I learned, right? So it is little bit grammar oriented. They are like, we have to learn this to understand this language. But there are some ways in which you can actually understand Samskrita without just going into the rules. Rules are important because it's a language, it has a structure. But without getting into the technicalities, you can still learn this language and you can still speak in this language. You can think in this language. You can write in this language. So it's just not about the heavy grammar or some technicalities, but uh, it is about to understand the beauty of this language. And it definitely has the beauty of the language. And what do we say? Samskritam, it's this webinar could be so small for the Samskritam because I am surrounded with this language every day. I'm surrounded with this language, and it's so beautiful. In Chanak University also, I have my guide as Ramakrishna Pejattaya ji, and he deliberately used Samskrita because sometimes in English it is very hard to convey the message that we want to convey, but in Sanskrit it is so apt with the exact words. It is so apt to understand all these things because we are working in IKS center. Because we are working in the same field. It is so easy to understand the concepts that he is talking about, right? And the about why course vision is Sanskrit is for everyone. Our slogan is Sanskrit for us, Sanskrit for all. So Sanskrit is for us. Sanskrit is not any foreign language. It is our language. It's just because of some things that we have left it thinking it is a very hard language. It is not. I assure you, it is a not. It is not a hard language. So for the design, it will be 2 days a week. That is Monday and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And but this is only for 2 days as a learning process. Every day you will be joining this class for at least 15 minutes to do Shabda Rupavali Kantasthikaranam, and after that Dhatu Rupavali Kantasthikaranam. दिस कुड फील लाइक अच्छा हम 8th में नहीं है रामः रामो रामाः करने के लिए, बट द फाउंडेशन इज सो नेसेसरी. अभी भी जो 8 से बाहर आ गए हैं, अभी जो शायद जॉब्स कर रहे हैं 12th में, स्टिल दे रिमेंबर पठति तीतः अंति, दे रिमेंबर रामः रामो रामाः, दे रिमेंबर. आई कैन सी द कमेंट्स इन दिस कमेंट बॉक्स इन इंस्टाग्राम. कुछ भी संस्कृत का पढ़े तो उनको ये तो याद होता है, बिकॉज दैट इज द फाउंडेशन टू कंस्ट्रक्ट sentences. That is the foundation for you. And हर रोज जुड़ने से वी आर कनेक्टिंग टू दैट लैंग्वेज एवरी डे. इट्स नॉट लाइक 2 days आई एम लर्निंग एंड आफ्टर दैट अच्छा अभी 5 दिन के बाद क्लास है, तब तक तो ठीक है, उसके बाद आई ज्वाइन अगेन. एंड उसके पहले का जो फाउंडेशन होता है, फॉर दैट वी आर डूइंग दिस शब्द रूपावली कंठस्थीकरणम. एंड आई गेस that Duolingo is there. You just do it 10 minutes a day or 5 minutes a day, and their strikes are there. This is like a strikes. 15 minutes a day you give it to us, and I assure you in 6 months you will be learning Sanskrit like nothing else. So sorry, this program is divided into modules. So the first is Vak Parishuddhi. As we learned English, as we learned our mother tongue, we'll start with Varnaksharas. And for that, we'll go with Maheshwara Sutrani, then understand what are vowels in Samskrita, consonants in Samskrita. There are some rules. There a beautiful segregation is there. That is like कर्कश वर्ण कौन से है या फिर मृदु वर्ण कौन से है, क्यों उनको कर्कश वर्ण बोलते हैं, अनुनासिक क्यों है, उसके every, it's very beautiful to understand every vowel has 18 types. A akshara has 18 types. Can you imagine in this any other language? And this is only with vowels. We are not even going to consonants. So this is first is to Vak Parishuddhi, to understand Varnaksharas and to understand some rules. So we will speak very fluently and we will speak very Shuddha. And we will conclude this module with reciting a shloka. Learn these rules with one example. Like पहले example दिया उसके बाद rules दिया, that is very easy to learn मेरे लिए. I guess that works for everyone. Right. So we will be taking a Rama Raksha or a stotra which is comfortable with everyone, and we will be learning all these rules कि इस अक्षर के पहले ये आता है तो क्यों ये अनुस्वार होता है, अंग होता है, ऐ होता है, why it is there, right? So we have to understand all these things, and we will be doing it in Vak Parishuddhi. Okay. After that, we'll be introducing ourselves to the most beautiful part, that is Bhasha Pravesha. In this, we will be learning the words, where we'll be learning action words and nouns, pronouns, verbs, everything, and lakaras, dashalakaras, that are the, we can say, tenses in a vague sense, tenses in Sanskrita. Then there are dictionaries. Obviously, we can't have 1,000, 2,000, 15,000 words in our mind. For that, we have to understand that how to manage these dictionaries, how to search a word. Because every time if I am reading Ramayana or Mahabharata, and the most difficult that we say is Bhagavata Purana, there are a lot of words that are very rare. So to understand them, to go to the roots of those words, we will learn how to use these dictionaries, right? After that, we will be learning how to frame a sentence, small sentences. Ramaha khadati is fine, Ramaha phalam khadati is fine, but after that we have to go. If I want to write a drama, if I want to write a script for something, I have to understand how the frame is there for this language. I have to understand that, acha, Ramaha khadati means it is in a present tense. It is happening now. Ramaha khaditvan is it happened. He did eat. So for all these, we have to understand what is actual kriya pada, that is where I'm using lakara, or where it is just pratyaya. When I say khaditvan, it's just ktavatu pratyaya. It's not even a kriya pada, but it still completes the word. So all these things we will be learning in this module. And after this, after Bhasha Pravesha, we will be learning how to communicate in Sanskrita. At the end of this module 2, we will be speaking in Sanskrita fluently. This will take the most part of the this 6-month course. And after that, the most crucial part is Shabda Bodha, where if you are learning a text, if you are reading a text, you will be understanding how to do Anvaya. Anvaya means sometimes there is a shloka and Kriyapada, the verb is in the first sentence, and all the Visheshanani are in the last sentence. But to understand the whole shloka, I have to do that इसका noun क्या है, इसका क्रियापद क्या है, और इसका विशेषण क्या है, विशेष्य क्या है, किसके लिए ये विशेषण आया है, ये सब हम ऑलरेडी भाषा प्रवेश में सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन सीखेंगे, तो अब हमको समझ में आएगा कि क्रियापद कैसे बनाते हैं, या फिर क्रियापद कौन सा होता है, कौन से लकार में क्रियापद है, ये सब हम फर्स्ट सेकेंड मॉड्यूल में, दैट इज भाषा प्रवेश, उसमें सीखेंगे. आफ्टर दिस द शाब्द बोधा विल गिव यू सम एग्जाम्पल्स. तुम अपने अपने से बात करोगे, दैट इज फाइन, संभाषण विल बी देयर, बट टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्क्रिप्चर पार्ट दैट वी आर highlighting again and again, to go back to that, for that, to understand those scriptures, we will be learning this, that is Shabda Bodha. And after that, we will be doing some Shastra Parichaya, where you will be learning what are there, all the things in IKS. Obviously, I can't introduce all the things. It is a vast field. That is, Indian knowledge system is like Arunava. You can't just go there and just इसमें है ये है इतने ही पत्थर है नहीं है उसमें बहुत कुछ है. Beautiful things are there. So I'll be introducing you some basic darshanas and kavya parichaya and some vyakarana granthas. I'll be just introducing you all these things, and we will conclude all these things with exam, obviously, because we are asked that will the certificates will be there or not. There will be certificates after examination, because after 6 months I am very hopeful that it will be a great learning for all of you, and you will be more connected to this culture, you will be more connected to this language, and will be more enthusiastic towards all the scriptures that we have, to understand that we are like hearing IKS, 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 but to understand IKS, we need this language. This is the foundation, I feel, is for IKS. Even if there is one Adhyatmic tradition which has nothing to do with Saṁskrita, but that is IKS, that is Indian knowledge system. To understand what is there, what is the Tattva Jnana there, I have to go back to Darshana and I have to go back to Saṁskrita to understand the Darshanas. Right. So I think Samskrita is inevitable in IKS. It's inevitable in everyday life. And in every corner of the world, this language will give you something that is more than a language and more than a speech. So I'll just conclude with this. Just 1 second. Yes. So method will be, most of the times it will be learning method, listening, reading, and I'll be giving you some assignments because it's a class, you have to do your homework. So writing, speaking, and there will be, as I am in that part that I do drama and everything, I would like you all to perform on some scripts that you write on your own in Samskrita. And there will be some short stories that you will be creating. You will be telling me how the story will go. There will be some subhashitas that we will be learning that are very essential. And cultural facts, some values will be there in the class, in the process. Every day, some different thing that you may know, may not know, might not know, I don't know. So I'll just be sharing all these things with all of you. And there will be games, so you won't be bored with all the only learning part with this. And I assure you, with games, you won't be like, acha, sirf game hua hai aur kuch nahi hua hai. You will get something out of that game. You will get something, some factual things or some methodical things from that games. Okay. So, and these are the outcomes that you will be very confident in simple Sanskrit conversations. You will be writing, reading in this language, and you will be more rooted in this culture. So I'll just pass it on to Sri Hariji or Namrata ji.
Thank you, Advaita ji. I think that was a very lovely synopsis or a quick summary of what is in store and what we have to look forward to. Maybe we can open the floor for a few questions from the participants right here, from whatever all of you just got to hear and know about the program. Please feel free to shoot any questions you might have at this moment.
Okay, I can go. Namaste, Srihari, Namrata, and Advaita. So I joined a little late or caught up with something else. I just want to understand, is there an age limit in this course? I think I had sent an email and Namrata did respond, but I just wanted to understand because when I saw this post on LinkedIn about the course, my understanding was that it's for children and youngsters, and hence the question. Because I'm asking for myself. I want to learn the language because I want to read the So the goal is to read the Upanishads and the Ved and all of that. And I have not studied Sanskrit ever. So I've studied English, Hindi, and French in school. So, and I've studied Punjabi. So, four languages, out of which I just remember two, which is English and Hindi now. But so, yeah, hence the question. Thank you.
Yes, there is a age limit, but lower limit is there. Upper limit is not there. Lower limit, it's like 15 plus we are considering, but it's because the in Hindi we say ठहराव होना चाहिए कुछ सीखने के लिए, right? There should be a बैठक. So when I teach, there should be some understanding from that side also. To that, for that, and it in the fact it is an online course. For online to make people sit and to learn is very hard because I have experienced it on my own. But there is no upper age limit. You can learn this language at any age. More 15 plus is our age criteria. That's it. Iske aage, if you know Hindi, if you know English, any language, and if you know if you don't know any language, then also Sanskrit you can learn. There is no problem. And welcome.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Swaraji, over to you. You could unmute and ask a question.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure to listen to you, Advaita ma'am. I have two primary questions. One is, what do I need to unlearn about my own language, which may be rooted through Sanskrit, or I have got a lot of teachings from Sanskrit, is my first question. And second question is, what learning material do we refer to in this particular course?
Okay. First is you don't have to unlearn. I know Swaraji and we speak Marathi. But there is a lot of similarity in Sanskrit and Marathi. There are some differences, but those differences in every language, in every Indian language, there are some differences, like some 40 to 60% of differences are there. But to learn this language, like you learn some other language, just to understand this is how it works. This is the mechanism. This is how the language works. So you don't have to unlearn something. You will be learning more with this language, but you don't have to unlearn something. And the second question, you will be getting after every module or every lecture, you will be getting some notes and some exercise part. So you will be provided with all the materials that are required for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope I gave you the right answer, or
Pretty
One,
much. I mean,
sorry, go ahead, Swaraji.
I said pretty much. I mean, I personally thought that, there being a lot of differences in the way Sanskrit perceives people, objects, and for that matter,
Mm.
everything. There may be a difference in the way we perceive objects, people in other languages as compared to the ones we do in Sanskrit. And the other part being that a lot of other Indian languages have been influenced by various other cultures and various other societies. So,
true,
yeah.
true. But fortunately, after 12th century, Marathi is much influenced by Samskrita. In 16th century, it got influenced by some Arabic languages. But after that also, we have made a good progress, I feel, with Sanskrit.
One other thing I just wanted to add, Advaitaji, that what I have also experienced is, so I speak basic Tamil as a language, and I am able to follow a little bit of Malayalam. But it is because of, little bit working knowledge with Samskrita that many of the expressions make a lot deeper meaning. Because our mother tongues, we usually just, learn about it through listening, but we may not have understood the root meaning or a deeper level of meaning in that language. But because we go into dhatu, rupa, and root word meanings, it gives a very deeper perspective even to our mother tongues, because it's, as you said, inspired by that. So I think it ties in, both ways, mother tongue to Sanskrit and Sanskrit to mother tongue. So I just wanted to share that as well, my experience.
Thank you so much.
I also just wanted to add the recordings of the live sessions will be made available, but it will be encouraged if we can join live and not rely on the recordings too much. The recordings will be there, given everybody will have that day when it's impossible to join live. So, but we should consider it only for that and not as a given option for every live session. So that we will upload it to our LMS, and all the registrants for the program will get access to our LMS where all the live sessions will be uploaded. Not the daily 15-minute exercise, only the Monday and Wednesday live sessions, 1 hour sessions will be uploaded. Yes, I just wanted to add that. And I had another question, Advaita Bhagini, and I wanted to bring it up. It's a little silly question, but sometimes when we chat with people on WhatsApp or something today, we also put out posts, communicate a lot. English is the language, and even if we say something in a normal tone, the reader might perceive it's coming from a very like a rude tone, or a certain conflict is being brought into this communication. That's the kind of perception English sometimes, if you don't have a person in front of you to scan their energy and their tone and facial expression, you might not really know what is the under intention or the tonality, and our assumptions take over and we all run riot. But will that happen if we do that with Samskrita? Let's say, since you have your, as you said, your teacher, your guide, I'm hoping you all also will be chatting to many people on WhatsApp and whatever, different apps through Samskrita. What has been your experience in that? Have you had a similar thing where English has created that kind of experience, or is it not?
Actually, no. Sometimes
Oh.
English could be very confusing
Hmm.
because it's not our first language, like a mother tongue, right? So now I have learned not to chat a lot in English because it creates a lot of misunderstandings and everything. But in Samskrita, I feel, because I have been into this language since now 4, 5, 6 years. So it's beautiful to chat in Samskrita, first of all. It feels like you are in like some yuga that is not even here. You are not in Kali Yuga. You are just talking in Ramayana Yuga and something. But the sense, or what do we say? It's just the politeness this language has, or the what do we say? The nectar this language has, this sweetness. कि तुम अगर किसी को डांट भी दो तो तुमको नहीं लगेगा कि ये डांट है. So it's the things we express in Samskrita, because they have least 2000 root words that are dhatus. 2000 dhatus are there somewhere here and there. So every emotion you can like express so accurately with all these things. That's a very 99% you can't just go wrong with that. This is so accurate. Just even if you are just reading these things, you can understand what exactly that person means. Even if that person is not in front of you, even if that person is you can't sense his or her energy, you can actually see what the text mean and what actually that person means in very what do we say, very short sentences also. I don't have to explain the thing कि नहीं नहीं मुझे ये नहीं बोलना था लेकिन इसका मतलब तो ये नहीं होता है. So
Right.
Samskrita, you don't have to do that, because the words are so precisely meaningful that they just tell you what exactly that person wants to say to you. So it's very pretty convenient to talk in Samskrita in official way. When I talk to my sirs or my guides, it's very convenient to talk in Samskrita than in English, because sometimes you may write something that is very politeful in your sense, but sometimes it may feel like, why is this person talking rudely to me? I am his guide or her guide. But in Samskrita, you don't have this chance. You just go straight with the words. You just go straight with the sentence formation, and the person will know that what you want to say.
Super.
Alina ji, please.
Good morning, everyone. Namaste. In fact, I'm foreigner. I'm from Armenia, and I'm doing PhD in Hindi right now in Hyderabad. So I was waiting for this webinar so long last week when I got information, but unfortunately I could join later. I would like to ask some questions, and I would like to apologize if it will be repetition for others. There are some just questions. As I know Hindi and I can read and understand Hindi, I would like to understand if you are starting from Devanāgarī lipi for beginners, like for Sanskrit, or just there are some groups that you are dividing them into beginners, advanced, or is there any group division for this classes or no?
No, do you can understand and write or read Devanagari, right?
Yeah, yes, fluently I
Yeah.
can, because I'm doing PhD, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. So only introduction to Devanagari is fine with us, because we'll start with Varnaksharas just to understand the Varnaksharas, because Hindi में भी Varnakshar है,
Uh-huh.
right? There is Ksha, Adnya, everything is there.
Sanyukta Jandas.
Yes. So just to understand the categorization in Samskrita, we'll start with Varnaksharas. Devanagari is somewhat the basic priority for us for everything.
Good.
That is a fundamental thing if someone is engaging in this class, because we'll be starting with Varnaksharas and not introduction to Devanagari Lipi and how to write all these aksharas and everything. If someone needs it, we will be conducting some extra special classes for them to understand Devanagari, how to write Devanagari and everything. Otherwise, this Devanagari, and there will be no dividation in this class, like the person who knows Devanagari and person who does not. It's okay. We'll be doing everything together.
Okay, and one more question. How many days in a week and how many hours what is the schedule? If you
Okay.
said, I don't know if you would repeat it.
It's okay. No issues. So we'll be doing classes, 2 classes per week. That is Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
So 2 classes will be there in 1 week and 8 classes per month.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
No issues.
Yeah, and I just wanted to also add, I don't know if there are others also who are possibly pursuing higher studies in IKS and related concepts, like related areas. I think a working knowledge of able to speak and do the anvayas in Samskrita is just not negotiable. Like, we need to have this. This is like the base of everything else. I can share this from my personal experience. I have been struggling with this for the past couple of years, actually. I didn't actually make this effort to invest enough time and effort in, learning the language, learning to speak, get a good grasp of the entire dictionary, the Shabda Rupavali, well enough. And thereafter, the later years were just a very, very big struggle for me. So if others are also on similar journeys, I highly recommend this investment of this 6 months. And as Advaita ji said, it will be very, as she has brought in a lot of games, a lot of interaction. So I have actually not experienced this kind of format with a lot of other institutions. who actually invite us to, create, because only when we are constantly listening and receiving information, it's okay. It might seem for that much time, it might seem like we know everything, but it's only when there is, we have to begin to apply it. That's when the real, churning, the manthana happens. And I am so happy that, we are able to offer this in a very intuitive and a very, hands-on approach. So just wanted to also add that for everyone's benefit.
Thank you, Namrata. And also to reiterate, the daily 15-minute practice, I was so beautifully Advaita ji, related it to how Duolingo app, we go on the app and do a streak. Every day we spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I know of children who do that. I know of people. I have been there. I have done that. Now, here we all come together. It's not like we interface with an app, but we do it live in a Zoom call. We come together and there's little more interaction and liveliness to that entire 15-minute practice where we converse in Saṁskrita. So just wanted to add that, and thanks to Alina ji's questions that
Yes.
prompted this discussion and interaction. Yeah. Wonderful. Right. So I'm sharing. Thank you all once again for joining us this Sunday morning, given everybody's schedules and work. I'm just sharing the link for the registration of the program in the chat box. Please do feel free to check it out and sign up if you're interested. And do help us also spread the word. Given its highly hands-on interactive nature, we have a limit in the maximum number of students as well. And we will be starting the program on Vijayadashmi, the auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi on October 2nd. So we have about over a week before we begin. So please hurry up, sign up, secure your seats, and we shall meet you on Vijayadashmi to begin learning the divine language that is Saṁskrita. And what better day to start that journey together?
It is known as Vidyarambha also. It is the
Exactly.
best day to start any study.
Exactly.
So I invite you all to please join the class, enjoy this journey of 6 months, immerse yourself in this beautiful language. And I guarantee you, in 6 months, you'll be learning a new language where you'll be conversing, writing, speaking, and enjoying this language as much as you do for your mother tongue. Astu. Dhanyawadaha. Punarmilamah.
Punarmilamah.
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyawad.